So I think it's about time to actually talk a little bit about the nature of my channel and where I hope to go with it. It's not another Corvette channel. That was never the intention. I love my cars. I'm going to post plenty of content about it. But rather, it's about what it takes to continue to improve as a human and to continue to move forward. And it's represented by, in this sense, some acquisition of some material things that ultimately don't matter. Yes, I'll cover some history and the things that I think are really cool about, sports cars and my love for cars and all that. But really, I'm hoping that I can give you some of my personal experience that'll actually give you some power to go get the sports car that you want, whether it's Corvette, whether it's anything that you so desire, whether it's Lamborghini, Ferrari, McLaren, whatever you want. It gives you an opportunity to do that. So today's topic is going to be more focused around the sense that I think is holding a lot of people back. That sense is a strong sense of like entitlement, and that somebody owes you something. I think the first point is that we all as humans are worth more than what we're getting paid. There's no dollar amount you can put on a human life. And I think that's really fundamentally important for my generation to understand. And I don't think my generation has conceptualized that your pay is not your self-worth. I know I wrestled with that many years ago, as people in my generation do. And it's not. It's fundamentally, there's a job that's available, a business is willing to pay for it based at market rate and what the market's willing to pay to solve a particular problem that's associated with that job. So, and as you continue to add value and solve more problems, the business is willing to pay you more for the problems that you're solving. So the entitlement comes with a sense of that you are inevitably worth more than what you're getting paid, and it's the business's responsibility to pay you. I think the counter effect to that is that you are expecting something external to meet your needs, and that is a disempowered state. The empowered state is, what can I do in my control to meet my expectations? But the lesson that I've taken home is that the value you deliver is what you get paid, not your inherent value. So if you want to have a car, and since I assume my audience is car fans, you want to have a car that is a car that you really desire, then you need to deliver more value. Deliver more. That's the key right there, is deliver more. Not so much that you need to have more value. And that's the emphasis I want to really put in that statement, right? Is that you have value. You just need to find a way to deliver it. What is your special gift? What is the thing that you can give to the world? And if you create an immense amount of value, you'll get paid an immense amount of money. And that is what it is. So what value are you going to deliver? If you want a car that you love and you want the lifestyle that you love, and I'm using car as representative, I don't really give a shit at the end of the day. It's really about the lifestyle you want to create for yourself and your family, your legacy and everything else. You need to find a way to take your inherent soul worth and deliver it externally into the world. Not so much that you need to find somebody that's going to pay your bills for you and give you what you want just because you're special. And I think that's the distinguishment I really hope to make. So with that in mind, I think it's important that you create a plan for yourself and figure out how you're going to really deliver value in a meaningful way. That way you can actually, record yourself in your car that you love and be in a place where you can rise up. If you're in a financial disadvantaged position, or financially disadvantaged position, if you're in a financially disadvantaged position, just the first step is to own it and go, you know what? This is my fault. This is my fucking fault. You know what? This is my fucking fault. And I think that is an important piece, is recognizing that it is your fault. You got yourself here. You need to get yourself out. What steps do you need to take? I remember when I was younger, I had this pestering belief that I was going to have money someday. And no matter where I was at, I knew I was going to be in a position where I had plenty of money. I always knew it. I always carried that belief, but then there's another part of me that always felt like I was going to be poor, and I fell victim to that, and I started to identify with that other part of me. And so, yeah, you really have to get yourself into a place where you're identifying with a part of you that's opportunity focused, right? So no matter what you choose to do, no matter what you choose, there's always another side. That's the spiritual message of it all, right? There's another side. There's another piece of what you believe. So if you believe that you're a poor person, there's a part of you that believes that you're not a poor person. What part is that? Right? And you may go, there's not I know 100% I'm poor. Well, maybe, right? There's an unconscious part of you. So when you look at the ego mechanism, right, and you go, all right, here's my ego, here's what I identify with. There's a shadow portion that's the opposite of what you've identified with, the rejected portion. You've rejected the wealthy part of yourself. You've rejected the wealth. You've chosen to identify with the poor piece. So I think a key question here is ask, okay, what part of me feels the opposite of the part that's not serving me? Right? So if you feel unloved or unwelcome or undeserving or whatever, unvaluable, whatever the case, you need to look inward and go, okay, that's what I feel. That's what I've identified with, that I'm not valuable, I'm not loved, I'm not cared for, I'm not appreciated, whatever the case, and switch it around and go, okay, what's the part that I've rejected that is loved and valued? What is that part? And that is you still, right? That's the you of it all. There's an infinite amount of untapped you inside of you, which is why I started with there is no value that you can put on who you are. Only the value you deliver is what is the value you get paid. So with that, guys, I don't want to lecture too long. I think it's important that you take some of the key points out of here. At least hopefully it's valuable. I always find ways to try to deliver what's here in this noodle so that I can get it out there, and hopefully it helps somebody. Maybe some of you are like, you know what, this is all common sense bullshit, and you're probably right, but I hope somebody out there gets that value out of that. So I appreciate it. Thank you all. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to y'all later.